All right. So it's, what is it, 7:32? And get my agenda up.
There's a lot of, well, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying because every reason.
So you're on the to admit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just in case she does come in.
Yeah. They have. What's the truth are about Cowboys?
Does anybody want to make a motion to? Yeah. Yeah.
Even motions.
Yeah, just to approve the minutes, I should
No,
say.
I would not just me, but Jack Wolf was one woman.
Oh, I think he was. Yes, he joined us around 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Later
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was there. So that was just a missing person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I can have them.
Did you notice anything else? Anything? Okay.
They're going.
Okay. So we'll make a motion to. Anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes just with that little addition?
I'll make a motion. Yeah.
Okay. All approved?
Yep.
All right.
So.
And second, we have for guests, we have Barbara Halpern, Roger Durr, and Al Wheeler. Are you saying?
Yes.
Very good. I didn't know if you said you were only here for a second, so I wasn't sure if you were.
No.
You just. Very good. Okay. Okay. Any of our guests want to say anything before we get started? Okay. And there was no emergency management. I contacted Matt earlier, and he said there was nothing. As we can skip past that, so we'll go right to our only zoning board application, which is ZB 24-7. It's a proposed marijuana growth site on at 1813 Dutch Mill Avenue, which I kind of forget what the block and lot is on that right now. I don't have it in front of me. What's it currently?
It's agricultural.
Thoroughly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's a block 5801, lot 35.
Okay.
It's where they didn't mention trees at all.
What's that in the site?
Clear cut.
Oh, yeah.
We're fighting the one. We're able to throw, or where the. It's already cut. Oh, it's already
Where was that?
in the plan before it has the trees and at the after doesn't, right? It was.
I thought that was so. This is existing versus proposed, so it's not already cut. Unless they made a statement.
Well, it's an aerial photo. You're saying they photoshopped the aerial filling the trees out?
Very likely.
That's how we right.
That has to be discussed.
Okay. Let's see.
It looks doctor, and it looks fuzzy there, right? I mean,
Yeah, so we cut a bunch of trees in it.
or they're planning to cut a bunch of trees. I mean, it looks photoshopped because you don't get a straight line like this. You know what I'm saying? They took
In other words, it's a drawing.
yes,
what
it's
you're
not. This is existing conditions.
I see.
This is proposed.
Okay.
These trees are not already cut.
Okay.
Does it say it here?
You can read it and say that would make more sense than just assuming.
Online, I went.
Well, I mean, if you got something online, it probably didn't show that.
They're cutting the trees to plant.
Yeah, they're gonna build the building to plant in the building. That day where the cows or something.
Yeah, and if this is online, I mean, on. So I didn't realize that.
I didn't.
It's always got
I don't think it mentions anything about a tree.
No. I mean, sure.
You say something?
I said that's why I believed that they were already gone. I thought the one photo was taken before and the one was taken after.
you look at it, it's awfully straight lines. It couldn't possibly be really realistic.
Oh. If it's cut over into this,
Yeah.
this will stay true. Because they're only coming in,
But where's the property line?
well, it doesn't show on this one. It does up here. Here's the existing gate. Okay. This gate is the one they're going to build. Is that one?
Says plot plan sketch plat. Sound like it's a sketch.
From my understanding, they were
Well,
going to put.
maybe it's here and not back here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
here.
So they're not touching us.
Well, they're going to use, see this line of streets here? They're going to use this area for the path into.
Oh, you got to also not necessarily get to look at the scale. Is this 30 scale?
Yeah.
It's 100 scale. So the question becomes, are we even at the tree line yet?
Well, I think
This is this thing building was demolished after photographs. Shows underground electric. See that? This going here. I mean,
Yeah.
I think this is this. And if this is a before picture, then nobody's touching this. See what I'm saying?
yeah.
Here's the. I think the applicant needs to address whether it's a trees, but this
Yes, you're
may
right.
not
You're
be.
right, because here's the
Yeah.
electron. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so this is
That's
actually
right.
there, and if there's any tree cutting, it may be minimal.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
should address it because there probably are some trees,
There is.
yeah,
Yeah,
and they
right.
like that. So, yeah, being here, they're still in the small part.
Oh, yeah. This is this.
Yeah,
And this is that just okay? Yeah. No.
I don't know the right.
This thing. Yeah, it's hard when there's two different scales.
Yeah, and I didn't bring my scale because I didn't think this plan was of much magnitude. But with the ground facility, and I don't know.
Think of dog indoors?
Could be a greenhouse, right? Is that what it was?
First in a perimeter was added.
The greenhouse with a chain link fence and lighting and a guard.
Well, I don't know about the guard, but
They don't have any clue what they're building on any of the documents.
Security cameras.
yeah, they're going to have security cameras, and I know that they're going to have gated access.
There's also another one.
This Jake's. It's
It's near to where, yeah, yep.
It would. That is my left.
picture in his building. Obnoxious businesses are prohibited.
The scale would now be 3 times as large.
Odor. Running out obnoxious odor.
So,
Intellectual.
any tree clearing is probably less than,
Terrible smell.
but it's hard to know on these pictures. It might be one incident or field or here.
One. It's just like
Landing
one
court.
of these. Yeah, I guess. Might be one or two. Yeah.
Yeah, there might be a couple in here and a couple.
So definitely that's the farts.
No, it's not. We're allowed to have there's 5 classifications. And I have growing, pack, all of that. So
Manufacturing.
I selected. Yeah, this is alright. Check it out in location next time.
Do we have any environmental concerns? I feel like a lot of our, I mean, I don't know what you said they were going to cut down some trees perhaps, or
No,
no?
not this emotion.
Okay.
Or that forest.
Yeah. We don't know what kind of lighting.
You don't have any, right on?
I do. I have it right here.
I mean, the official environmental commission
Why?
report, not the report, you know, the thing, right?
Comment sheet. Comment sheet.
Comment sheet.
Oh, I download it and fill it out online. I just take notes down. I'll just fill it out later. That's what I've been doing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to write it. So we want to put, yeah, we want to put,
But what I don't understand is, are they actually building on this building? In which case, why don't we have other aspects to this That's great.
What?
I
Oh,
thought
what is that?
That looks like a survey,
Yeah,
an actual scale survey.
There's no septic or water. And not people working.
I think
What does it say, 10?
I think they said honestly. I think it was like 3 or 4 people. I don't remember. It's been. I read it earlier today, and I don't remember all the details.
nice. Yeah.
And they said that nobody would be working there on the off season, Joe, and except for just like the person who occupied the house or something. Like I guess they're gonna like harvest it in the summer or something. But they said that during certain times of years, there would be no employees really necessary until the first month.
Is it off season to a greenhouse?
I guess, yeah. Unless they're
They're probably referring to the goes when it's actually growing itself.
yeah.
So it's probably like a feet or two. You're built.
Yeah, I'm also like to grow into
Sure.
So this is a proposed non-permanent business trailer. These are cultivation.
Yeah, but yeah.
Inside a fence there. So, and if they're not going to be working at the non-growing season, it sounds like they are growing outside.
I think they are growing.
I thought that they had both inside and outside. Didn't it like
I thought so too, but maybe I misread it or
A lot of
something.
the times they're building very silly.
Well, some of them want to indoor grow so they can control the environment too.
yeah.
Because I guess if the indoor grow, you can grow in the winter and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have
Yeah,
no pest burden that you have outside.
Yeah.
Where if, you have better control of the humidity and fungus and, mold and stuff that could attach plants. So, I don't know. It's,
yeah, I thought it was an outdoor ground. When you said there was a greenhouse, I was actually kind of surprised. But you read the folks 5 days ahead, and then you can't remember the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just actually read this earlier today, and I
Yeah,
don't remember half the things already. But
Proposed use is inherently beneficial.
but I have to use the words.
Oh my.
That is the phrase. If you're looking for a berries, so it's not a use there.
They send me
zoning variance. Because it's not it isn't.
It is a use.
Well, there is no zone that permits, that's part of what they talked about, the master plan,
That's right.
that we don't have a zone that's specifically for this use, yet our town is allowing it. So,
I thought in the language it was industrial was the but it's
I don't know. I mean, I haven't read,
which is why all these people have to go before the zoning board or we have like 5 industrial places that they could just set one of these up without going to the zoning board. Cheap money to high people's houses.
and highway commercial, which is not zoned for it either, not the industrial zone. That's where you live,
If that they
sweating there.
What's the network?
um,
Is it court?
let me see what mine is. It's no, it's looks like it's FTWP Wi-Fi. And I honestly do not remember the password. Let
I could probably search my old emails from when I sent it to you.
me see if I have it. Let's see.
okay. See, nothing makes up.
Well, why I do that is should we write about like potential lighting issues or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I know it's not really
There's a list of people within 200 people. I mean, it's huge. Where these people are going to be affected. Six sides for
Well, depends on what's happening. They're not processing, are they? Aren't they just growing?
but it stinks.
Not just the plant.
It doesn't.
Not less than process.
Okay.
Probably thinks they're like the drying process. I don't know though.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, when you get up close to it, yeah, but I'm not sure that it does.
You don't think it smells?
No, it's not any more than any other crop.
Travis did smell really bad when I let them eat near it.
We have
Or do they, when
in surrounding
Good shape.
but you see it.
They leave them out all winter and it's dying.
oh, well, that's right. It's not.
Yeah. That's they should have all cracked.
I have the password for you if you're all set.
Oh,
I won't say it so that it's a tour meeting, but I'll just give it to you.
oh wait. Oh, the network. I can't even find the network.
All right.
Is it 1568? Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. What did you say it was?
It's FT something.
That's our alarm.
Oh,
Please.
yes.
They charge every nice and for that.
No.
It's just the trees are and except down. It's not labeled.
Well, they look. That's a zoomed in picture. We don't think they're going to second the trees off. It's to the right of the trees.
I'm up there. So it's almost effort push the button so then
That's
No, mine only has, it's like FT, Frank, whatever the abbreviation is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like FT something.
FTWC.
That's it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like terrible or like
If the road's wide, oh no.
no. There has to be. They have to have the lighting.
Oh, I just need. Oh,
They have to have lighting and cameras for New Jersey State Tower.
So where did Bill go?
in the lead.
Oh.
It is the lighting on the perimeter, basically.
Okay.
I believe so. Along with the cameras, they have to have a very specific set of camera systems too.
So you're just lights on the plan.
Is the overall plan? We have this is zoomed in that you're only looking at this. So there weren't any trees here. So,
Okay.
at the end, so this section right here is all you're seeing right here.
Okay.
These are not affected at all.
Correct. All right. That's that's good.
You know, like
So now there are quorums. What do we do now?
Yep.
You just go on, the meeting's kind of not official at this point.
Okay.
You don't have them.
Okay.
There's no reason. And we've got to go on and discuss things and it just not. Meetings, I don't know.
No. No.
The meeting's virtually over. I mean, the rest is optional.
Yeah.
You can't take notes beyond this point if it's not part.
what was it for him? What's
That was Bill.
Yeah, he just left.
Yeah. So officially, no official decision needs to be made, but
Okay.
since it's not a farm, we can still discuss anything like discuss because no business is actually being done, even though we should talk about
We
it.
passed this step, right? We said we had no comments except for the lighting. Isn't that what we said? Bill was still here.
Yeah. I think that'll probably be fine to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Should we move on? Unofficially? um, so I have in there Malga Lake Park. Have you heard anything from the Department of Public Works? Or where it was that you're, I forget.
Yes, actually, I talked to Deanna, and they have one out there, and they bought the wood,
Okay.
posts, and I cut the posts.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Okay.
And so they just need to schedule when they're going out to put them in, and it would be good if somebody joined them. So I gave Deanna your phone number.
Great. Okay.
And the other thing is that they have not bought the numbers.
Okay.
So she said, I guess you're going to get the kind that screw it in. Which
I think that's what the other ones were,
I
aren't
think
they?
they were, yeah.
I have pictures. I'll have to check.
So
but-
I thought maybe you would be well to pick them up.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah. Where would I just like Home Depot or something
Oh,
like that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a deeper anything.
Okay.
And then you'll have them with you when you meet out there.
Yeah.
And then you can just make sure they're putting them in the right place
Okay.
and the right numbers are going on.
Yeah.
But they'll put them in. So
Okay.
I don't have any idea how long it would take or when it'll happen, but
Yeah.
I was amazed that they actually managed to get out there and get this far. So
Yeah.
maybe for fall we'll have a nature trail.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So nature trail is,
Great. So Piney Hollow is pretty much, that's the other thing. And I don't really know if we have anything to say about that because it kind of, I guess, is dead in the water now. So,
There's
Yeah.
no way it can be resurrected if we bring
And
the price down.
I've approached that about making some possible changes. To limit the 4x4 access and things like that. So that makes for the trails, but if all that's out with trails and stuff, or you can always do just that.
Did the park is still possibility?
To make it functional.
To make it functional, yes.
Right. Well, that was point of the grant. It's the engineer who gets paid a percentage. We padded it all with all this fancy crap. Wasn't there?
Who did that?
The Santa? And they get paid a percentage of the project. So the only goal we had with this project was interpretive signage, which is not expensive, fixing the trails, cleaning up the parks, and all the dumping, and stopping accidents. Those are the only things we cared about. I mean, everyone at the meeting, unfortunately, acted like somehow, you know, the Environmental Commission had something to do with making it a giant, expensive thing when we didn't have anything to deal with it. CME is hired by the town, so that I can't tell CME, oh no, you can't put in a classroom, or you can't do the boardwalk this way or that way. And he did a boardwalk in the middle of the park that, in that depressed area, that actually needs the boardwalk. There's really no way to fix that. But have you traveled through Funny Pond?
I was there once at the very beginning. In my born in January.
You can only go so far before you get too much water in that trail.
Yeah, there's a glacial depression in the center. It's not like from the parking lot. You make it all the way back to the trail that runs parallel with Honey Hollow Road, and you make a right and you head towards Unexpected Road. There's a section where it's a glacial, naturally a little bit depressed compared to the rest of the landscape. What happened is, as people mudded it up with their big wheels and trucks and stuff, they damaged it pretty badly. And then people came along and said, well, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over here. And each time they wore it down into basically a swamp situation, they just kept doing it. And there's like 3 or 4 on each side, probably 2, maybe 3 on each side of what was the trail, where they really messed it up. But back when we were doing the grant originally, there was a lot of dumping back there. And myself, my boy, my friends, and Jim Kelly, we were part of a cleanup that was organized by the Environmental Commission. We had a good amount of people show up. And I took my Ford truck back to that area because I had the truck and no one else did. It was on the cleanup. Like I took Jim Kelly with me. I took my boyfriend with me. We pulled tires. The people, once they couldn't drive on it anymore, we started bringing things, which is tires, to drive on top of. So we pulled all the wet, gross out of the water, threw them on my truck, and drove them out, and cleaned that up, along with all the rest of the cleanup that people did. We had a great amount of people. It was wonderful. And that area, because of such a wide area of damage, and there's no way to reroute the trail. So that was the one place that the boardwalk had to remain. It was only about 150 feet of boardwalk. It's not a lot. But the engineer wanted to cut one of the trees down next to the boardwalk and put this round area with seating so people could just hang out, which is another piece of core.
I don't want that.
No, I didn't want it either, but I couldn't tell. You're a professional, the one that you guys control, no, you can't do that. So I had to go along with what was in the design, and ultimately it's up to everyone in administration to look at the designs and authorize them to go for permitting and, meeting with the engineer, discussing what he's doing. It's not, I don't have the control to say, no, don't do that. It's too expensive. So that's how it landed up being a giant pork fest for the engineer.
Look, what's the main
Oh,
expense?
yeah.
The idea of putting a boardwalk in on the main trail that runs Cattle Love to the lakes.
Yeah.
And that is expensive because they
Right.
run a long way. So that was not the original proposal. The original proposal was to reroute the trail.
Yeah, but Pineland told us we couldn't do that. We wanted just to reroute the trail. That's all easy. Pinelands refused to give a permit for that. And it wasn't until after the original permit with the boardwalk was designed and sent to Pines and they approved it, and then it was bid on, and it cost like $245,000 in the year like 2020, 2021 was the bid we got on it. That the town went back to the Pineland and said, look, we can't afford this. we want to reroute the trail, and they did submit a reroute, and they were willing to look at it then because of the circumstances. But before that, they weren't even, going to. So that's how we landed up with rerouting. So if you're talking about redoing it, what are you talking about? Are you talking
There's
about?
no specifics whatsoever. I asked if you could have TPW go out and look at the problems with it, some solutions that we could possibly do ourselves.
Okay, well, I don't see why the rerouting couldn't be done ourselves. Because there's no trees being part of the rerouting was approved by the Pinelands, so you want to stick to the Pinelands approval. You don't want to go out there and long and do something else. You get yourself in trouble with the Pinelands. But the rerouting is very simple. All you need is for maybe the engineer will be willing to do that staking out or flagging the rerouted trail route. And it's just a matter of clearing the vegetation that's on the ground, like the blueberry bushes and stuff, not any trees. Maybe you have to cut some branches that are in the way, but specifically this trail was mapped out by the engineer in a way that doesn't kill any trees. So
That would be easy.
easy. Volunteers could do it. You could organize volunteers. This is what I've been saying all along, is that, the town just never got behind this project, never wanted to work with us or understand it well enough until now you're saying they're trying to. This is easy to do. And, it wouldn't take long for a bunch of people with proners and hand saws, or even, pole saws, whatever, to just clear the front because it's just vegetation, like low growing and some low branches are not there. We're not using chainsaw and we're not down. There's not going to be, the stand should pack it down itself. Once you get rid of the vegetation,
Well, like I said, I told them to go out and look at it. Jared from TPW was on vacation last week.
because you have the plant.
The main thing I wanted to look at right now is limiting access to 4x4s.
Well, that's it.
Because there's no use in doing anything. Back there. That's the main thing that I wanted him to focus on. And I'm not sure if Jared's come back from vacation yet to go out there and take a look. But that's all I have right now. Because I approached Matt with it 3 days after our meeting on Tuesday, saying it was our needs to start with limiting 4x4s and possibly clean up or eating something out.
Well, any PWD expense or time spent out there is a match. It's great.
Yeah, the max.
It don't-
We have
you don't
another
need
2
cash.
months,
Yeah.
right?
You don't need to fork out money. But at least
I don't know what they told Bruce. Fine. So, negotiating with Green Acres or what?
That was Jake. Discussion.
And then,
So they might have chalked this up then. Really,
I have no idea.
but this is a simple project that could be done with volunteers and with public works, or even with just the volunteers. And then, if the trail is marked out, like I said, people just show up with clippers. The main thing that public works will need to do is the Ferrucci Farm. I don't know if you've seen what happened. They have a big opening in what used to be fence. They just trucked in all their garbage and dumped it. They built a really nice tree stand.
Since right.
So all that under the grant would have been cleaned up. Obviously, without the grant, it's up to you whether you clean up your park or not. But it was a requirement to get the Green Acres money that the park actually be cleaned up. And there was a report done, like a baseline environmental site assessment, which is what I believe it is. And the environmental guy went around and he found all the dumping and all the stuff that it could, and he wrote it all up in this paperwork, which you should have all this stuff. And if you don't, I do. But yeah, following the plan is the safest thing to do and will work. But like you said, just have the engineer watch the trail or have somebody mark the trail.
PWD keep track of their time.
And then, have them keep track of their time. If the grant is still good, like I said, volunteers too. Instead of money, volunteers are matched at a certain rate.
Yeah, they,
DPW is matched by them at a certain rate.
I think they're like 30 like an hour or something. So every hour that a volunteer spends time on one of these projects, you get the county. That's $35.
I mean, I tried explaining this over the months and years of this, that, you know, it doesn't have to be so expensive or so complicated. You know, to
And I
get,
can't believe like they did, like DPWs did, which was that, you know, all the classroom, outdoor classroom,
like me, the engineer.
and cheers. Yeah.
And the outdoor classroom could be, yeah, all it is, there's no trees being killed. All it is that dam number 2, there's a clearing already. And all it was going to be was a bunch of benches in like a circle, a semicircle. So an instructor could stand there, like discuss with them, oh, you have
And everybody can
the
sit
beaver
down.
dam over
Yeah.
there. We have this or this one on these animals, whatever. And
Like I said, there's no plan as of right now. I just reached out to Matt, asking if he could go out and see 4x4 access some and clean up some of the geology. So I have everything back. Matt was on vacation over the weekend. Gone dealing with the library issue, and Jared was on vacation the week that I asked him to look into it. So they should be back this week. So try to talk to them. Again, I have no idea if it's going to go anywhere or not, but
like I said, I urge you to stick to the plan because you don't have to rush it for time.
but if you don't want to do it,
So how about volunteers?
well, I'm not going to be out there with that.
These things that require backup. Like I said, we're talking about.
I think the township would be leery in asking volunteers, so just in case something get too long. But I don't know.
Well, that's how all the trails out there, like Park Back Creators, they're done by Boy Scouts. What? The benches, the mark
Well-
on the trail there.
Well, I mean, an organization is different than asking for people to help.
No, it's no, it's not. There's no liability. There's no liability.
You don't have
liability whatsoever. Yes.
You have no liability on an improved piece of property.
Doesn't mean somebody can't sue you, because people can sue you for anything,
Just for visitor could.
but they're not going to win.
I mean, the way the park is now, you're more likely to do it and
Yeah.
have people come because people already come. When you're not, now I already know this because I've been out there on so many cleanups over the years with groups. I mean, there are hiking groups that I was in contact with that said we want to do a cleanup at Pine Hollow. I met them there one day. I don't remember whether it was a weekday or a weekend. These people just showed up. I was just thrown this. Here's this group interested in that. And, you know, I found them on Facebook. So I met them out there. And basically, these people came. One guy was like, oh, I have my new chainsaw. I had an electric chainsaw. You know, her dad, or the father said, oh, he loves it. They walked down the trail and disappeared because trees fall on the trail. And the only reason those trails are open now is because people use the park. And the people that use the park come back and fix it, you know, when it's not navigable. And you'll see all these bypasses, you know, that are not really good, you know, that are still in the wetlands areas because those are completely wet all of the time. Those trails where these bypasses are, it's muddy and slippery. It's more dangerous the way it is now than getting people to volunteer to just clip a bunch of limbs and clip a bunch, you know, small things. And like I said, there's legally no liability for our natural piece of land.
That's what friends and parks are like that.
Yeah.
Friends groups, you know, all that. They're all just looking at all the people want to care about and are willing to come out.
And do
Yeah. And you don't have to carry insurance.
Yeah, we had to look into this because I believe Leo Vassallo was trying to say if we put properties on the Rossi, you know, and somebody gets hurt or whatever, we're going to have responsibility for it. But I researched it and I had Green Acres. I sent all the legal questions she had in Green Acres, even though I researched it and knew what the answers were, and they were exactly what Green Acres said. You have no liability. The only time you have liability is when you do something to a park that you don't have an approved engineering plan for. Like if Public Works goes out there and they make a different trail, they don't have approvals for that, then you have liability. If you follow the plans you have no liability because you have the approved engineering plan. You have an approval from Pineland. So liability-wise, you need to stick to the plan, you know, not just because Pineland will come down on you, but for liability reasons. You
Yeah.
can't make a different trail and then expect that you're going to be not liable.
We really need to get the township solicitor to give township can be information without insurance, because that was one of the things that came up with all this, the parcels township already owns, like from tax defaults and whatever. the township is all worried about its liability, but there isn't any. There's an act to restrict anyone who owns a property from any liability when it's used by the public or anyone actually, unless they do something deliberately malicious, like you string up a wire to knock people off that 4x4 and they get hurt. That's deliberately malicious. That's a different thing. Yeah.
You have no structure.
If you haven't done anything specifically to harm people, then there is no liability. And it would be true on all those properties that were recommended to be retained, buffers on streams, all the rest. And I'm afraid Leah Casella's information sitting there at the time, as the sole attorney on the committee, was wrong. Many different pieces of information that she handed out to me.
Well, but you said, and that's why I wrote it all
It's
down.
hard to argue with an attorney.
Yeah, but that's why I wrote it all down. I sent it to the Green Acres as a single question, even though I thought these questions were really dumb and were totally off base and had no bearing legally. I sent it to the Green Acres people seriously, and I wrote all my questions down, and I got all the answers, and they were exactly what I said they were.
Yeah.
And then I presented them to them.
The state.
So, you know,
No disrespect to practice there. It's all I'm aware of that. Summary judgment. The only thing I'm saying is when you read things in paper, it may not have overcome summary judgment, which is a hurdle the litigation has to overcome. So it may not have legs whatsoever to get knocked out summary judgment, somebody's trying to ship the street or whatever. But by then, some people have read it and they say, oh my God, horse park's down there near the river. The noble thing, somebody broke their back. Well, maybe they broke their back because somebody left a bucket of soap somewhere, or stepped in, or wherever, some unrelated to equine anything, just stupidity. Somebody was trying to get over trouble. Somebody took and said, all this BS stuff, or somebody judgments where the world looks at it. Yes, the idea doesn't go away. Find some novel way around it. Which has to be in some stuff where it's not was working. It was like it was soap, this stuff. And then you see the soap company and they bring in the employer and have a mess. But I just want to say that it looks like we're on stitch. I don't know what to do with some. Yeah, don't do it. I'm gone. Because you might give them up for him. I've been in cases in business and otherwise where and make your way through some code. You get on the other end of it, you can check the date. That's all. I can't. My legal advice.
yeah, that's
I just hate to see lawyers get beat so bad. It's just that you get a lot of times like powerful part in the way you say behind.
Suzanne and I looked at it with a clear attempt to watch the entire.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, I put my big girl pants on, did what I need to do to get the answers from the lawyers at Green Acres in writing, and then submitted it to them. And again, that was just the bunch of BS being thrown at this project. And it's not the first time things have been thrown at this project. There's been a resistance to this project for 7 years.
There's been a resistance to retention property that we already own as well.
That's okay. I mean, we can't change what you guys think is a priority, but what I can tell you is, I researched this area, and if you erect something or build something that you don't have plans for, then you do have liability. And he's shaking his head, yeah. So if you start with your plans, you're on safe ground. So stick to the plans if you don't want a legal problem.
All right, so people are allowed in this park, then Mark?
They
People
have to
are
be.
allowed in this park.
They have to be.
They're allowed to walk in Piney Hollow Park. All right, so, but it's really hard to walk there because it's all over the buffoon. So people are cutting back on the growth. Is that permitted?
Well, like I said, it's people are doing what they need to do to utilize the park, and they've been doing that for a decade. So, and it, this problem back when I moved here in the 80s, Those trails were so wonderful. You could drive across through the entire park. Not a truck, a car.
You could drive the car.
Yeah, and I'd be walking my dog, and cars would be coming by. Wasn't thrilled about having a car come by, but the roads were that good. And then in the last 15 or so, maybe 20 years, it got destroyed by trucks.
The TVs.
Yeah, all we're trying to do is return the park to the usability of residents who have, for instance, like Margaret, she wants to pay. If the trails were what they were in 1989, she would have no problem traversing the entire park. But the way they are today, yeah, she's more likely to get hurt and sue the township because of the derelict and
It's like we don't travel right there.
yeah, you could drown the truth.
Well, you just look at it now like a park. They were taking care of the ground by any stuff like that.
Yes, they have a little garden. It's a spectacularly beautiful garden. Yep.
What started as a small, project for ACM and neglected became somebody's beautiful garden.
It's like hope, isn't it?
Did I just stay in the park? It's the nicest thing in the park. That and the nature trail. And the nature trail is used a lot in this town, so it wouldn't be good for the town.
And
Well, like I said, there's no plans in the works for anything whatsoever. I asked Matt if we could look into. So, if you ask him, he's going to say there's nothing in the works because there isn't. I personally asked him if he could look into limiting the 4x4 access so the heavy vehicles can get on there and possibly just restoring what we had. If you could just see if them go down there. So,
Problem too is that if you wanted to restore the trails that you have, you need permission from pilots to bring material on. You can't just bring dirt in as a part of the pilot. The money in. Any materials that come in there, I believe they have to be certified as far as the quality of the materials, and you need permission for the pilot. If you were to just regrade what you already had, which would probably be impossible with the trail, that'd be one thing. But like I said, this bypass, is there's that hard to get. And if it was marked out, it could be easily.
The walking bike things.
Yeah.
we need to have the trails marked out.
Yeah.
We have to have them marked out so that people can follow them, so that when they do trim, they're trimming the right things.
And if the center of this was marked out, I guarantee you can get lots of people.
We could get a volunteer to mark the trails out. What do you think about that one?
I have no, one person or a 5%.
Yeah, but I'm asking you to take a part.
Yeah, it's also public works could also mark it out if they have the plans. It's saying that if he's giving them the plans.
I would, sit down with you for.
Well, like I said, there as of right now, the entire thing, as far as I know, died that night.
So Stanley didn't say yes, we'll get somebody out there. He didn't say yes to it.
Well, no, he said he would get someone out there to look at it, but look at it doesn't mean we're going to do this, that. It was just my suggestion that he had someone go out there and see what their current state of it is.
Not expensive, but yeah.
Well, if somebody would go out there between now and your next meeting, that would be great. And then we would use some information, and they would have information, and PWD would have information on maybe make some kind of plan, solution. I think we should go on.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
What is next on our agenda?
Pretty much the only other thing I have on here is
So,
What?
dismissal.
It's not the next thing. It's what do we have coming up?
Community Day.
Yeah.
So I guess a few days before, I think like last year, we used your car and mine. We just loaded up all the supplies in there, and we'll just do that on like the Friday before, or maybe Thursday, or whatever works best for us.
I think we did that on Friday.
I think we did. Yeah. Yep.
Did we?
I think so. Yeah. Because then on Monday we turned it because Community Day was canceled due to endless rain. Yeah.
Um, so that would be Friday the
Friday the 20th.
so March the first at Keats.
Bad week or something.
Let's see. It's tonight. It has to be Friday the 18th. No, it's not October. It's September. I'm sorry. You're right. It's the 20th. It's 9/20. Okay. I don't know that we can take everything over there unless we know it's not really.
Yeah.
I think we only. I don't know. I don't remember taking it in advance.
Well, we just put it in your car.
Oh,
And then, like all the boxes. So like the things that the fossils or whatever. That,
oh, okay.
I know that last time John got fish from Malaga Lake Park.
Right.
I don't know how he did that. Did he just like go in the water and because am I going to be responsible? Like, are we going to do that or like what do we want to do?
From it borrowed.
No, well, I think he went himself, but I don't know what net he had. What kind of net he had. He had done it with Joe, and I had D nets.
Say, fine netting, and stands about this high, webbing, 15-foot long maybe.
Yeah,
And you guys get it, and they just start going.
It's either
Just like just start
Yeah.
doing it together.
it's just say it's like a saying. You just pull it on the two sides.
I see.
Whatever you get, it, and then you lift it
You
up.
got one in the water.
Yeah.
You put into your cap.
Yeah.
That's one way. The another thing is to take a D net, which is on a pole, and I have one, but the net had deteriorated in trouble. And it's just scooped into specific areas to see what you get. You don't get fish as well.
Yeah.
You can pick up tadpoles, sometimes
Okay.
kind of late in the year for that. Let's see. You can get macroinvertebrates that it is sex,
Yeah.
but they're harder for people to see, and they like looking at the fish.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask John. Should we ask John? And you said John came out.
I was actually thinking about it. I'll contact him and just see if he's willing to, even if he doesn't want to go to community day,
Right.
just to come out and help us for an hour just to do that or whatever.
If you're the tank,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm almost, I'll go double check on that one when I take this, but I'm almost positive he gave me the tank.
as I had given him,
Yeah.
that I.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ward can do it too.
Yeah.
But we need a net, and I don't know what net John used last time.
Okay. And even if he's not, I'll just ask him how he did it or whatever, but I'll try to convince him. So again, if he doesn't want to come to community, that's fine. But if we can just do that,
Yeah.
he might do that.
Yeah, so that does draw a lot of people.
Yeah.
We're kind of need to talk about the displays. Did we figure out what pictures?
I have a picture. We printed out a picture at home of a tree, just on a regular piece of paper. I was hesitant to laminate it because I just feel like we're just going to use it and get rid of it. So I really want to.
It's a good looking. We use all of our.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a heavy piece of paper.
Yeah.
It'll be very visible without plastic on it. I don't feel like plasticizing anything that I don't have to.
But we don't have to. We were only going to do one. I thought we were going to do more pictures somehow.
It was just the one tree is what you told me.
I'll have to look. Okay.
And you said you had the descriptions of that you would try to put around it of what the tree is good for.
Oh, wait. Okay. Yes, I had that.
Uh-huh.
I sent that to you to give you an idea.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that's all. Why that? What else are we going to do? We're going to take stuff from last year.
Yes. Yeah. And also, Candace, you said that was it your sister?
Yeah,
Okay.
she is falling off the board with that very quickly.
I think that's
So Stu, and I'm just like, you know what?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine because we have like 3 tables already or whatever.
Mhm.
So
What's that?
well, she was going to bring fossils from Was it Rowan? I think it was.
Yeah, my sister, she's the she works at the Edelman Fossil Park. She's opening the museum there, but she's said she would, and she's currently busy all the time right now.
Yeah.
At the moment, so I'm not.
And that's fine. I was thinking it was like this, really not. I mean, we have.
It would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, but it's. I mean, we have limited space anyway and all that stuff, so it might be fine. You know. Yeah. So yeah, I just thought we were going to redo stuff from last year. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
When I go in to return this, I'll look for the fish tank and I'll look to see what else we've got in those.
And the stuff that John had,
Yeah.
that you got from him, right?
Yeah. We have like those brochures and stuff like that in there, I think.
And what?
I think there's like brochures or something like that in there, maybe, that we were giving out. Maybe like about lighting or something like that.
Yeah,
Night sky.
Yeah. Night sky, that's what it was. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And then, weren't there some displays? Did you have any displays? About that?
I mean, like the easels or something, or what do you mean? I think so. I think don't we have like 4 of them or something, or I forget what it is.
No, not of the easels.
Oh.
But I guess it was just the material. I guess we better just get together.
Yeah.
I mean, just read a little bit more organized.
Yeah. It's so weird because I feel like last year, we just put everything right back in its place, and I just can't remember what we even had in there. But
Well, it was 2 years.
It's going on 2 years.
yeah,
There was no.
but we took all the stuff out.
Took everything out.
Yeah, we loaded it into our car, and then
Everything back in again.
but I just don't remember what we even had. I just forget. So
So what I'm questioning is what did John have that wasn't in
right.
that we didn't
Yeah.
load up because
Yeah.
she was good.
He gave me a lot of, he gave me like cleanup stuff like this as well. But it was definitely community day stuff in there too. So I'll try to get over there next few days and just see.
Take a look at them. We'll just make an appointment and I'll come to you.
Yeah.
We can take a look at what it is. Okay. I only have to get to the display stand.
Okay. From South Jersey Land and Water Trust. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also would like to start a new business, I guess, pertaining to this ordinance for open space and farmland preservation. I read the ordinance, and the 50% limitation on open space is ridiculous. It's like, why would they put that limitation on open space?
Because the township's priorities, which are
You can't preserve any with a space with 50,000 miles. I guarantee you. What?
Especially if you're only going to allow it for the 1 year instead of evaluate it in its own right. Like have you read this statute?
Yes, it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
well, you're moving from ordinance that was 100% farmland.
No, it wasn't. It was not. There was no ordinance.
There was one passed in the 90s.
I'd like to see it because I don't believe it. I've never seen it. Never. And it's not anywhere to be found in the archive online. I don't think it was 100% farmland because we preserved other open space with it, like the piece up on Fresno Road. And other things.
And I think that was brought in under objection, which is what happened this time when we went to your Helen Bright. People in agricultural objectives of this.
Yes.
That existed in the 90s that had to do with farmland preservation and the open space funds only going towards that, is what I was told.
It doesn't make any sense. Never ever heard that.
Well, especially when the open space and recreation plan has the documents related to it, and it talks about the pulp.
That's just not what we voted on.
And it has a
What we
resolution.
voted on, what we went into the voting booth for, it says to preserve open space. Second, farmland preservation.
Right.
But first was open space.
Yes. There's no reason why it should be there, but like in any case, I particularly object to having written the original farmland preservation plan and having helped the township keep the farmland bigger. So which means that we only fork out 20% of the cost of farmland. The county puts up 20 and the state puts up 60. you can't get that same benefit like with open space. But like personally,
I object.
I really object. Like this, the township wouldn't even have a damn grant or plan if I hadn't pushed for it. And why? So I'm about for it. What Gary here makes me so.
Well, I mean, when you saw to do open space or farmland, you also have to limit yourself with an ordinance that finds people's comments so that they have to have another ordinance undo this ordinance.
It makes 0 sense. Even
It's fine to put a limitation on how much can be used for maintenance as opposed to acquisition. That's very common, very standard. But to break it up so that you can't put more than such and such geographic storage. I mean, figure out what it is you want to preserve. And then after quoting it,
I think I made it rather clear that the committee's focused on preserving farmland.
well, they shouldn't be. They simply should not be. And I'm going to complain to Ralph about it because, that's ridiculous. I sat on the Farmland Preservation Committee for a few years as well. And I don't see any reason why we don't need to leave all the money sitting in there for farmland. We actually have more access to farmland money than we have to open space money.
and there's no farms asking to be preserved.
Well, there always will be. We hope there will be more.
But right now there is.
Using all the money.
No, that's not true. It's not.
Yeah,
Right.
we look for him to be approved here at the last meeting.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
not.
okay, I thought there was none right now.
No, we can always be continuing to preserve funds. It's a slow deal. The money can accumulate over each year. There's absolutely no reason to limit the open space acquisition. I mean, and one thing, if we had some big super project and we needed to use up every penny, that would be different. But 50,000, can you wait?
Oh, they also said, well, we preserve land because we had it given to us. And then you said, I don't know which one of you said it. You said, well, we preserve the property, on Main and Tuckahoe.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, well, they said for 15,000. John brought all the stuff.
And it's
John's question, he's an answer second guy, you can watch it on video. It's ridiculous to think that someone's going to give you land for nothing again. It's ridiculous to think that you're going to get such a deal as with the property on Main and Tuckahoe. And the only reason, and you also,
that cost $850,000.
and to say we preserved it for 15,000 is just misinformation.
Totally.
You put money towards the soft cost. But the really big preservation work was done by Suzanne's group. It became possible due to residents standing
Out
up
to Green
to
Acres.
preserve
Green Acres and the
conservation
and
foundation.
the New Jersey Conservation Commission put in part of their Green
And
Acres
your
money,
group.
such as in Water Trust Green Acres money, and then the matching funds came from ONR, or the Office of Natural Resource Restoration, which is a state agency, but it's not Green Acres, so you can match one with the other.
Right.
And then that covered half of the cost. The other half was discounted, essentially, by the owners. So they get a nice big fat tax deduction, but that is the actual match. The reason we needed ONR money was because the appraisal for Green Acres was lower than the 50% that the owners wanted. Well, somewhat lower. So that made up the difference. And the 15,000 is half of the closing costs. Yeah, the soft costs, the appraisal, the survey, and the closing.
So, the reasoning that was given doesn't make any sense in the real world. That somehow, this is all going to be dropped on you again. This was a once in a lifetime thing that Suzanne worked for, I worked for, the residents who lived there worked for to make this possible. And it was basically something that was 10 years in the making. Back and forth with the owner, proposing new development schemes in between proposing preserving it, and it took a really long time to get where we're at. It took diligence by her group like folks like me and folks that live in that area to keep this going. It also took a lawsuit. I don't know if you're aware of the lawsuit. It was a lawsuit by the mine company that was supposed to mine out there, and the town turned them down. So they sued the town. The town defended it. The town ended up having that agreement with the mine people. And in that agreement states, and I asked for this agreement because, and nobody could find it at town hall. So our president finally reached out to the lawyer that worked on the case for the town to get a copy because I asked her for it and offered it because it was something we needed to know about. First, fighting, the solar and all the other things that we had to fight off to get to where it is. But anyway, in that agreement, the town agreed to help get this preserved through Green Acres in their settlement with the mine company. So the town was actually obligated to help. Even if they had decided not to give the $15,000, there was a legal obligation to help with getting it preserved because that was an agreement that the court had made. So this was a unique situation, and we're never going to see that again. And you're never going to be handed land again. Land is too expensive. So it's the idea that, oh, well, we were given land, so that's how we'll get more land. It's not going to, it's not realistic. Yeah. And the other thing about $15,000, that's never going to happen again either. Well, that was a unique situation that involved individuals, the future, that's probably never going to happen. Those individuals won't be here. Those individuals, it'd be a different area, and no one's, who's going to be there to tell them what's going on and organize them. And,
A really good justification for the regulatory open space funding to 50,000 would be if the town would accept what it owns now in the way of buffers and other more waterlogged properties and all the rest, and the green lights, and stop trying to send them off for nothing and take ownership. So,
well, I also have nothing. What about sports and recreation? Right? The roller hockey is on a landfill that cracks. Every time they try to fix it, it cracks. And I told them that last time they tried to fix it that it was going to crack again. They need a new location. If you limit how much you could spend on park development and how much you could spend on buying another piece of land, how are you going to either buy them another piece of land to move their facilities to, or to increase the facilities that sports have in the town? And how are you going to pay for building those facilities for them if you're limiting it to you can only spend this much a year?
We're limiting the open space fund. How much we can spend.
Right. And why do that? You had like $800,000 according to Ralph for $800,000 in the open space fund. I know you have at least over $500,000 in the open space fund. If you're limiting, when you have a project, you have to spend that money in that year. So why are you even handcuffing yourself? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? Because it's not accomplishing anything. You have the final say. If you don't want to spend money on a project, you won't know. Having this ordinance makes no sense. It's useless. And, if it just creates more rot for the attorney to write another ordinance to remove that ordinance when you leave the site.
Let's just pay the attorneys.
Yeah.
If the fix,
that makes no sense. And, you guys ultimately, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. You don't need an ordinance that, doesn't make any sense. And it really doesn't. You really need to just forget the ordinance. If you want to change what you can use the money for, that's a different scenario than you can only use $50,000 a year for land preservation. You can only, we can use unlimited for. We know you just want farmland. We've known that all along. But you don't know what the future's going to hold. And you can't just tie your hands for no reason when you have the ultimate say.
Well, the current committee has the ultimate say, but if the current committee changes, they would have the ultimate say, and we believe it should be used for farming, which is
which doesn't actually make a lot of sense to me. I don't really understand it because back when we did the fly land plan, and started talking about trying to preserve fly land, should we push the township to do that?
But you keep referring to these plans that are 7 or 8 years old. Nobody that's currently on the township committee was involved in this.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because
The township adopts them. The township adopts them.
and then the township also changes things as well based off of who's voted in.
Well, if you adopt them into your master plan in the first place, then they're there until you unadopt them or something, replace them. So I don't really think of now it's yours. And, people have a responsibility to carry on a policy that's been adopted until
But that's not true.
change the policy.
And we just changed the policy and you're not happy. I understand that. But
Well, I don't understand why an open space fund wouldn't fund open space as much as it would fund farming. Now, if you want to concentrate on farmland for a time, but why would you, that's what we just said, why would you hamstring yourself with a $50,000 annual lot like for open space because you can't, all you have to do is think about it for 2 minutes. You wouldn't be able to do anything if it was.
Why would be zero?
Might as well not mention it at all. And then just decide what you want to do. That's,
You have the ultimate control. That's what I'm saying. It's like this ordinance is ridiculous
yeah,
because,
it's ridiculous.
and also the statute says in order to add and, or remove uses that the voters need to vote on, you have to have a voter referendum.
it was ran past multiple legal people, is all that I know. And
Yeah, well, I didn't get an answer from the attorney. He absolutely said nothing when I brought this up. So, I certainly
if
would
it's a
like
concern of yours, I'd bring it up again. But
no.
I confronted the attorney after the meeting. I was told that everything that the way that it was written was completely legal. States.
But I read the state statute and that was just saying was I suppose. So I don't understand what it would be nice if you.
So would you like to write that up?
Well, the statute.
Not German at that time? Because considering you guys are still just having general
Well,
conversation.
no, you can go straight up. You can just put in sentences that to the effect that such and such was discussed because no decisions are being made. Therefore, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so then I'll just put down that open discussions began this time because he had left. Okay, I was
That
just
sounds
making
good.
sure that's out. I had to word that. So
I
I'll
think-
take that out.
You guys do whatever you want to do. Whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing, that's on children. But I'm just saying that. Yeah, there's nothing
About 8 o'clock. So you
So I think yeah.
If you want to do it, you go right ahead. But if you read the statute and you understand what the statute's saying, where it talks about municipality, unless you had a prior
We don't.
he had
ordinance, prior to the state line, prior to 1997. You can't do it. By the way, it's like ours is for the 1999. So you don't
Or
have
should we
the
just,
right
it's
under the
almost,
statute.
well, it's only,
So again, all I can say is that I
Right.
spoke to the lawyer after you brought up.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll be here like 6:45 or something, is that?
Yeah, that's good. If you read it, you want to.
Okay.
You know that. Good. Like,
Actual, well, the actual, that's on the checks
really good move on it. That was a dream.
So to put in other things besides just acquisition. And by referendum, and we did not. So I don't see how it could possibly be legal, but it will be just like what it is now. We went since when did we pass the structure, right?
in 99.
99? Okay, so for the last 25 years, we've operated, and then all of a sudden we have passed the law, and we have to correct the problem, and we can't allocate any money before it. That's because it's a problem. So, fine. So now we're just going to pass something that is ridiculous, be a problem. Yeah, overreach. Because it's nothing extra. Yeah, but all we have to do is read it. Read it.
Carefully read
It's
it.
very short. It's not very short. I've actually sent some of it to the attorney. So they see some, but I guess it's everything. I sent down your referendum wording.
I think it's sad. It's a precedent, you break. Like, if you vote against it, to voting against that. And to not honor those people that made that originally. Is he right? Was breaking the precedent.
Yeah, I don't think it's really worth doing much on behalf of this community. I've come to that
I
conclusion.
know, I'm just saying, I mean,
I could-
it says they came up on the planning board.
Yeah,
The planning board that I was sitting on, was trying to change the one that had made it like 10 years ago. It made the
yeah.
But that's a new. But what I'm saying is, these people were moved into the office, so they have the right to change what they want to change. The fact of saying it's a precedent, precedents don't change.
I understand that. They can do that. So, but I just, that's morally, I just think when I was doing it, I couldn't change it. I didn't change it. I just think it's wrong. And it's a bad precedent. Precedent.
I just think you should follow this.
I don't know. Maybe not, maybe,
People would
I
love
mean, you're not honoring the people that, if we did that on the planning board, so, okay, now after this, you can have a 2-foot buffer, when they, when they say, well, you can't, like before, a year before, it was like 50 feet or something, now it's 2 feet. It's just crazy. I just don't think it's the right way to run this. Sorry.
I move that we adjourn.
Sounds good. I just wanted to say we did have a piece of mail. I don't know if anybody saw it. However, it's just seems to be a thing about it's mail that basically we might be getting something in the future about like wetlands or something.
Yeah, no,
I
lie.
forget- yeah. Yeah.
They will be getting it.
Yeah.
When that particular cop up to sit down, there was
block 6805, block 2025, and 20.
where's Green West Farm? Forget what road it was even.
I forget too. Yeah.
There's many of them.
Usually they have an ask.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
was thinking of the history.
There you go.
Oh yes, it's the very edge of the
People-
township. It's Atlantic County. That's right. Just past
Three Star and Brickster and 40. That looked like.
was, I couldn't place picture on. I thought that was a,
There's down stop the separation from 40.
I thought that was a,
Yeah.
Heavy machinery.
that's like, I found a property with that, but Jim, who are the farmers, the two brothers out there,
Corral?
Blank.
below. I thought
That's one. Brewster's up much further
Yeah, for Sarah
8:45.
I thought Glenn was right on it.
down, out on the corner of Brewster.
Oh.
He's way out. The corner of Brewster, literally a dentist office.
But the brother had the house right down at the corner.
I thought they lived close to one another. It's Andrew and Tom.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but they live much further down.
So what's happening next to you? Aren't they supposed to
I'm not in it at all.
Did I look like they were in it?
I believe they have until December to leave.
Like, have to stand at a reduction? Like,
I think.
then
No.
different? Or no, that's, I missed.
Right.
I expect they probably won't be like,
Well, I mean, if they don't leave by December, we can start finding them and they can't go back to school.
People, if we still have to adjourn.
Well, no, it's not an official meeting.
We don't really have to, right? We
It's
can
not an
just
official meeting.
say.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not involved in anything to do with that because I don't want it coming up.
Yeah, I totally.